It's me, Pigpen, the one and only, your host for Racing Rivals Live. This is episode 21. Long weekend just passed. We had the 360 Speed and Sam Crow Racing Challenge. It's over, done. History has been carved in stone. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about who won. We'll talk about all of the little issues that have kind of encompassed that topic. But right now, I want to introduce you to my guest. My guest right now is a man by the name of, you old timers may recognize this name, as well as some others as well. His name is Ghashi, HashimotoRacing, and Sam Crow Racing. How you doing? It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
So,
Here as well.
uh, this is my first time meeting you today. We've chatted a little bit on Facebook, and we've been playing this game a long time, and we have a lot of knowledge. It's funny, we know the same people, a lot of the same people going way back. And well, anyways, we can talk about that. Some really cool stories that I'm sure you want to talk about, and some topics that you'd like to cover as well. So let me go to the game right now. You raced this weekend, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And what team did you race for?
I race now full time for Sam Crow Racing. I have been for the past year and a half or 2 years.
Okay, so you were on Sam Crow Racing this last turf.
Correct.
All right, so let's go here to Turf Wars. So the leaderboard, the official leaderboard, shows Drama Kings, obviously with 22.4 mil. Sam Crow Racing in the second place slot with 2.3 mil, just behind Drama Kings, and pulling up in third place right behind you, 360 speed. So the official leaderboards show that between the Sam Crow Racing and the 360 speed challenge this week, Sam Crow Racing won, which is awesome. Very exciting. Very exciting. I took screenshots all weekend long just to just to keep records up to see how teams progressed and the points. A lot of questions here in live chat. I'll meet up and talk with a lot of people. We'll have a little question and answer session. Um, so, what were your thoughts on this week's turf?
Well, I expected that we were actually going to lose. However, it turned out better than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
I did try my best, and I did keep up with my min of 50K per event.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have enough time, otherwise, I really could have pushed it harder, but it's what I promised, and I always live up to my word.
Yep.
You know. Um,
So you had a 50K min per event?
50K per event.
Woo, that's a lot of points. Man.
That's rather easy, actually.
Well, I guess it. I guess I just don't have that type of time anymore. I mean, I used to be able to do. I mean, things have changed a lot though too since the days when I really turfed hard. Back then, you could get away with a 25K min, and your team could do very well. Nowadays, nowadays with the points and the self-crushing and just the tactics people use, 25K doesn't really get you much.
No, it does not.
So, but I just wanted to say real quick, well, before we switch up topics here, um, I put up a car of my own. This is a Nissan Skyline GTR, the R34. This is a gold wrap car, which I said I would give to not only the top producing team between the challenge 360 speed or Sam Crow Racing, but it would go to the player who had put up the most teams, or most points on the winning team. So, I'm gonna give this. I don't know. I got to find out who put up the most points on Sam Crow Racing. I'll give it to them, and little prize. One of my personal favorite cars out of my garage that I've had for a long time.
He
And
definitely worked hard on it and definitely deserves it.
yes, so there it is. Wow. Okay, so let's kind of switch gears here. Now I know you have been playing Racing Rivals probably a little bit longer than I have, I believe.
Well, I started, I believe, in June of 2013. It's probably near the end,
Uh huh.
before any teams existed or turf wars.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was a place where we all came home from work and made a lot of friends and hung out. And we raced people in lobbies, and it was a lot of fun actually.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually pretty costly, but to me it was worth it. And obviously, a lot of people found it that way, that it was worth it,
Mm-hmm.
and it helped me with a lot of things in my life. Also had negative impact with me and my wife, but however, that we got straightened out,
Mm-hmm.
limiting my time on racing rivals.
I don't know what that's all about.
Well,
I
literally,
try, but
I think I used to race about 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
wow.
I barely slept. And I had to
Wow.
work the next morning.
That's a lot of racing.
Yeah, well, I was really, really hooked on this game.
A
And
lot
I
of us were.
really love this game a lot. It's just that it does have a lot of issues that I will like to, you know, shed a light on. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully that some people who are listening who have the ability to do something about it will do something about it.
Well, let's start this off then. What? Okay, so we all know that the game has some issues that I'm sure are being worked out or in the pipelines to be worked out. But in your opinion, what is the number one issue you think that should be worked out?
In my opinion, number one issue
Mm-hmm.
is a lack of communication. You know, I played this game and I made a lot of friends on this game. A lot of good people I've met become family to me.
Mm.
And my inability to chat with them, I see them online sometimes, and I try to send them a message. Hey, how you doing?
Hmm.
Can't get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have that issue too. I see a
Serious
buddy of
problem.
mine on,
And
and this is like you said. I get out of work, I jump on Racing Rivals, and he's on. He's in a different. He's a 6 hours. He's 6 hours ahead of me. He's in Europe, and I go, hey, I want to chat with them, and I send him a message, and it doesn't go through. So we can go. We used to talk. Well, in game we would talk every day, and then out of game, like through Skype or something of that nature, we would talk. Once or twice a week, and it seriously uh,
it's a
inhibits our
sin.
ability to communicate.
And as a result, I'm not on as much. Try to say hello to my friends, this, that. I can't communicate with everybody. I turn off the
Mm-hmm.
game and I go watch a movie with my wife.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes it's better for family, but you know what? I miss the days when I started playing where this was our hangout, every day after work.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was like Cheers, except based on a game.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
that is an issue that drives me crazy, and I don't know how others feel, but you ask my opinion, that is the number one most important thing to me. If I can't communicate with people, how many times have I tried and I just get fed up and I go forget it and I turn off the game?
Yeah. Now there is a somewhat a temporary fix for that. I'm not sure if you're aware of it.
I
Um,
have no clue.
Basically, the person, if I'm trying to send you a message and it says, I forget what the message, the error, but it just, I can't contact you.
Timed out or something like that.
Yeah. So basically, you go and you delete that. I'd go through to my friends list and I would delete you. Then I don't know if I have to fire up the game again, reboot it and then add you, but then it'll be a temporary fix. A friend of mine told me that, and it works. But then later on, you shut down the game, you go back, and you try to talk to them, and sure enough, you can't chat with them. So it's really, really annoying in one sense because I have friends that I really want to talk to, and in game is really the only way we talk because some of them aren't on Facebook, some of them aren't on Skype, or there's a few other programs I use to communicate with people, and it just sucks because you lose track. You lose touch with them. You don't speak with them.
I've lost touch with so many friends on this game. It's
Mm-hmm.
not even fun. I literally the only people I still communicate with are the ones that have phone numbers too,
Mm-hmm.
and I can literally count them on both hands.
Yeah.
And those are the only ones that I speak to regularly. You know, hey, I'm going to jump on the game. Hey, I just won this car. Hey, there's a lot of people picking this.
Yeah.
It's fun, and everybody jumps out. We like to go in the same lobby together and pick away.
Yeah.
It's it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. No beer today, Daniel Perez. He saw I just took a sip of some water. Dude, I had a long weekend. Lots of beer, lots of fun. Um, so no, tonight's just a nice, relaxing. I'll have some water. I gotta kind of prepare myself, I guess, to go back to work tomorrow morning. It's you know that feeling when the weekend's dwindling away and reality's starting to sink in.
I think we're all going through it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Craig says slow down on that water, aka vodka. I wish, but no, not tonight. Actually, oh, I have a bottle of vodka. I do actually. That's crazy. I forgot about it. He just reminded me.
Tonight.
So, so communication in the game, and so the other thing I know we wanted to talk about, and a lot of people have been mentioning this. And I know you are the. This is one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you, because there are people who have accounts that have been banned for various reasons, and over the years they've been banned and they've never gotten these accounts back. Done. You're out of the game. You're gone. And most people, when they lose like a substantial account, there's some people that have little accounts they lose nowadays. They start up fake accounts. No big deal. They get banned. They're gone. It's not their main account. They're back. They're back in business. They start. But back in the day, a lot of people had their main accounts, and those accounts, for one reason or another, were banned. Now nowadays they ban people, uh, what is it now, for certain things for like a week,
It's
and
absolutely crazy.
it is, and
Basically condoning bad acts.
mm-hmm.
Exploit the game, cheat, whatever it may be. It's okay. You'll get it back in a week. That's not how you keep clients. We're
Mm.
all clients of this game. And there are people that have been playing for many, many, many years. And I believe in the punishment system. You do something wrong, you need to be punished.
Yes.
Week is not punishment. I've had accounts that have been banned over 3.5 years.
Hmm.
It's absolutely crazy. And I'm a guy who spends more than most people on this game ever have.
You were telling me numbers earlier, and whoo, that's a lot of money.
You know what? This week it was a war for, a challenge against 360.
Yeah.
I spent literally, how much did it? 25, 55 in prizes for Sam Pro Racers.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent over 180 in gems this week. I've spent over $200 in cars that I had built because I didn't want to build them. I was buying from builders.
Mm-hmm.
Literally this weekend, just for this event, I spent well over $450.
450 for this weekend alone. Now, there's a lot of different things you just touched base on, and I want to kind of go into details on them. One of them you just said was, well, just really quick, the whole builders. You paid builders to build you cars, so you didn't have to. And I'm guessing that's because building cars is time consuming, takes you away from racing, and it's no fun. I
What actually, maybe I said it to you before this, before we went live. The
mm-hmm.
reality is that I used to race 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I cannot do that anymore.
No.
So I'm very limited on time.
Yes.
So to avoid a confrontation or conflict with my wife,
Mm-hmm.
I buy my cars rather than building cars every night like I used to.
Yep.
And I'm limited to how much time I can race on the weekends. Literally, I'm limited to 5 hours a week, and I have to make my min.
Yes.
And this weekend, I told him it's a challenge. So please don't bother me. I put on probably about 18 hours this weekend to bang out my 50K.
Now, see, that's what a lot. I don't know how the developers and people, if they realize the amount of time, like people like you're an exception to the rule for the most part. I mean, but there are others like you that a lot of us put in a lot of time and a lot of money. Now, I don't know about you, but there's been only a few times where I've had builders. I kind of I stick to the cars that I have in my garage, and I don't really crush too often. Certain cars I'll crush, but I keep the cars in my garage. That way, when I'm racing the event, I have plenty of cars, plenty of they're all perfect tuned. But there have been a few instances where I have had to buy cars. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I would rather give carbonated racing rivals my money for cars rather than to give them to a builder. Meaning, if they
I would rather do that myself.
meaning if they had a way in the game to buy multiple cars and just to pay them and not have to sit there and build it in the garage, button after button, cycle. You hit this one, and you have to wait for stage one, and then you go through and try to do some of stage two, but some of stage one still hasn't, or turbo hasn't installed, or your NOS hasn't installed, and then you have to go back. You have to do multiple rounds just to make sure you have the right tune. And I always thought that if they had a system in place in
When
game,
you pay to build it, it would be
yeah.
worth it.
So, how much did you spend on builders this week?
I spent approximately $200.
200. Okay, there you go. $200 that went towards the game that didn't benefit the game per se. It went outside of the game so you could race. Now, if you would imagine if you could have given 150 of that to the game.
Yep.
Crazy. Guess what?
There are a lot
That's
of issues with the game that they could be making money on that they're losing,
mm-hmm.
and it would still be profitable to them. And in reality, it would be 100% profitable. It's all virtual.
Absolutely.
You know what I
That's
mean?
that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, it's not like a business where I have to buy a product and then
Build it, put labor and time into it. Yes, this programming. The programming is set. You've already paid your programmers.
Yep.
You're paying new programmers, IT guys, to make it better or come up with new ideas to add to the game,
Yes.
which is fine and dandy. But the amount of money people spend on builders, I mean, I know how much money was spent on Sam Crow. I mean, I can't put an exact dollar amount, but I have a pretty damn good idea.
Yes.
If I'm picking up cars, yeah, I need another 50 cars. Yeah, I need another 50 cars. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I need 50 cars. And here I am in the same lobby with three other teammates picking up the same amount of cars.
So they've been spending the same amount as you. Plus, those are just the people you recognize. There's other lobbies with other people doing the same.
I only know two builders.
Yeah.
There's got to be 50 builders in this game, if not 100.
Easy. And all that money is going where? Where? It's not going to the game. It's going out there somewhere. And
It's actually leaving the country. That bothers me.
yeah, I mean, it could be going anywhere, and it's just.
Well, I know where my money goes.
Okay. Well, so yeah, I mean, but there's that. So I've always been a huge advocate. I think there needs to be, and like we were saying, it's all virtual. So it's not like I have a business where I'm selling, I don't know, a book, and I have to buy this book for $4, and then I have to mark it up for $6, and I'm only making $2 profit. And out of that $2, I only get to keep X amount because it goes towards overhead. No, this is all virtual. So if I'm giving $30 for a car, they're getting $30. They've already paid
Well,
most.
actually, it's paying off the capital investment, but however, at this point, I'm sure it's already paid off.
Right.
So it's purely $30 in their pocket.
So there's that. So there's that idea. So then, what about? Okay, let's get into the dirt here because you were. I know there's so much and so much that we could sit there and we could talk for a long time,
I
but
don't think we'll get through all of my thoughts and issues.
no. So I'll let you kind of. What's your next topic you'd like to kind of talk about?
Turf wars.
Turf wars. There's a good one. All right. So,
Listen,
what are the big changes you think should be made?
well, it's only one simple change, which
Ooh.
I understand why they haven't implemented it. People like me like to race, and I don't care if I win first or not, but I like to try and win first. That's the whole idea of the game. It's the
Mm-hmm.
challenge. I love the challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and I do believe that Sam Crow Racing has the ability to take first. And we can't do it every week. That's a fact. We're all working professionals. Yeah, we have some young guys that
Yeah.
may have time, but most of us have a business, and we have to work.
Well, look at this weekend alone. Okay, so I know Sam Crow Racing vowed no self crushing, and I believe them when they say no self crushing. And look how close they came to first place. Now,
Correct.
um,
I'll be honest with you. I have never seen Sam Crow crush cars. I only heard recently that one person was being fed cars, and if I had known that I have to be a co-leader, I would have kicked them.
exactly, you don't condone it. You don't look the other way if you find sufficient proof. Boom, they're gone. No questions asked. So, but you guys got with I don't recall. I'd have to go back and look at the leaderboard. But
40-60K of first place.
yeah, which okay. Let me ask you this. So second place team Samco Racing did not self crush. What do you think first place did? What is your honest opinion?
I know as a fact that they self-crushed.
Okay, so
Now, I know they didn't self-crush a lot, but
okay,
you know what? It was enough to keep them ahead.
okay, so there. It was enough to keep them ahead. So you guys were
If they crush
legit.
more than I think, it doesn't matter. The point is, even if you crush one, if you win by 1 point, you still win.
Right.
And it's not fair. It really isn't.
No. And I've seen and I've heard both sides of the argument here. If it's allowed in game, they're just playing the system as it is. And then the other side of the coin is this is just not a legit. It's just not an honorable way to race.
It is a game. However, it's not real. This isn't you testing your ability.
Right.
For somebody to foul a car to me doesn't require any skill or knowledge of the game whatsoever.
Right. And then
the one thing that could change all of this stuff, very, very simple thing.
Mm-hmm.
As much as they're into graphics and this, that, to make it monochromatic and eliminate names. That's it. Every car would look the same, and every wheels would look the same. The only difference is you can see the shape. This is a Mustang SVT, or this is a 2010 Mustang GT. Because you got to know what car you're racing. Because you certainly don't want to pink a Focus RSRE in your SVT in
Mm-hmm.
50.
Yeah. Now. Now, I want to play devil's advocate here because I like it. I see where you're going with this, and I like it. It would absolutely eliminate self-crushing because I wouldn't know if I'm
who you're feeding a car to.
exactly. I fed 20 cars to which I could have been you. It could have been the new guy who just started playing. You'd never know who it is. So that would get rid of self-crushing. But here's me playing devil's advocate, and I sort of feel that it would ruin the excitement because I like to go through, like, I've seen you. I remember you way back 4 years ago. We were racing, and you remember me. You were always in
You in ZR1s, I think.
ZR1s. You were always in a Stella. I mean,
I was always in a Stella, but I raced ZR1s, and if I saw names, I knew they would pink, and I would challenge immediately.
exactly. Now, see, that's almost.
Well, that comes to a second point.
Uh-huh.
That they have to bring back chicken points. The chicken points is simple as this. If it's the same car challenging you and races picks, and you back out, you must lose points.
Unfortunately, that whole system was so abused, beaten up.
Exactly, but when you're losing points, not gaining points,
Right.
how are you going to abuse that?
Well, I don't know, but I have the
My
feel.
lobby, if you challenge me with an SVT, and
Yeah.
I'm in my SVT, and you race pinks, and I
Uh-huh.
chicken out, I should lose points.
I
It's as
agree.
simple as that car.
I agree. I should get points, and you should. That way, it would it would
No, you don't
eliminate.
get points because that would promote exploiting of the game again.
Ah. Oh, so you're saying?
See, the
Oh.
guy with chickens would lose points.
Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. I'm following here. So only the person who chickens would lose points. The nobody, no points would be gained.
No points would be gained for
Hmm.
chickening out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
You want to make it so that people don't want to exploit the game or can't exploit the game.
yeah.
When you bring back chicken points and you're gaining points, okay, we're not going to self crush. We'll just have everybody chickening against us.
Yeah, and that's what happened. But I see what your point is. I see that. I see that. I kind of I need some time to really think about it, but it sounds interesting. A very interesting idea where only I haven't heard it put that way either. Only
Well,
the
I only race picks. It
hmm,
doesn't. If I think I'm going to lose against you, the odds are I'm going to pink you. I don't care if you're in an R3 and I'm in a D class. The odds are I'm going to pink you if you challenge me.
mm-hmm. That's I was looking through. I was racing today a little bit. I went away for the weekend to a buddy's house. So I raced early. It was on Thursday night and Friday afternoon, and then tonight before turf was over, or I'm sorry, would have been yesterday. Geez, long day. Yesterday before the turf was over, but I did some showdown. And my thing is I just go in and I love pinks. I go for pinks every time. It's actually it's a 50-50 between pinks or raising a mill and then more money or pinks. But eventually it ends up as pinks. And if I don't get a pinks, if I somebody races me and we or if I challenge someone and they race a free race, it's such a letdown to me. I get
It is. It is
ah.
to me too. I am a serious racer and I like to take that challenge.
But
You rate the million on me, there's no way in hell I'm not going to pink you.
oh, absolutely. I mean, the
I
only
don't
way
care
it's
what
not
racer.
happening if you raise me a million, I raise you a million back, and then we race. That's the only way you're getting out of a pinks. But if it comes down to me at the end, it's going to be a pinks.
You got it.
I
And
love it.
this weekend I lost a couple 5 million pinks. And it
Sure.
sure upset me, but
Eh,
I was still ahead in the mills.
we all we
I'm
all
ahead.
lose. We all lose from time to time. But
Yes.
but the thing is like I remember you from way back, like years and years ago, and unfortunately, I kind of disagree with blacking out people's names in turf because it takes away that if I see you, then I can actually, oh, there's that guy I lost a car. I lost a car to him last week, so now I'm gonna try to get one back
I,
from him.
I like doing that, and you're right. If I lose, I like to try to get back to that same room to be able to challenge.
Yeah,
But 90% of the time, I can't in turf. I'm stuck in jail. I'm stuck in like 3 rooms. I
yeah,
can sit refreshing all day long, and I'm stuck in limited amount of rooms.
I am too. Like when they first implemented that the refresh button, I was going through room after room after room after room. It was
But now
great.
it doesn't work like that.
I know, and I brought that up, and I asked. I said, "Did something change?" Because here I am refreshing, and I'm stuck in a very now. The only thing I can think of is
If I keep hitting refresh, it'll put me in a room by myself.
yes, right. Not just the one room by myself, but multiple rooms by myself. The lobby changes, but I'm still in a room by myself going, how is this promoting racing at all? It's not. Something happened, and because it wasn't always like this. When they first implemented that change, I went through 8, 9, 10 lobbies.
Just to comment on what you said about losing a car and wanting to go back and re-challenge it
Yes.
because maybe it was a bad RT, maybe your kid jumped on your lap, you missed Nas,
No.
whatever the reason may be. You know what? This is turf.
Yep.
And I'll always hunt you down in a regular lobby if I lost the
Oh. Oh yeah. I'll tell you.
I can see your name.
I raced a guy a couple of times, and many a time. This has happened a lot of times, but I'll race a guy and I'll lose a car. And I didn't have a bad race. I have no excuse. I just didn't run a good race. Now this guy that I lost it to got a damn good time. Like I mean, I'm talking
Record times.
like within 10 thousandths of a second of the record. So I know he's a good racer with that car. And most people would shy away and go, well, pff, I'm not racing him. I just lost this card. I know that guy can, but not me. I have a thing that goes off in my brain that tells me, no, I'm going to find that guy and I'm going to race him again. I'm gonna probably lose. I'm probably gonna lose another car, and I'm gonna probably kick myself in the ass because I lost a second car to this guy.
Well, one of the funniest accounts I have is named Dumb Dumb Guy.
Okay.
I will race you 5 times in a row and still not get it that I can't beat you.
That's it. But I love it. I love going through and saying, hey, there's a guy. Here's this guy that took my car. He's a damn good racer. I'm going to re challenge him, and I may lose again. I mean, there's easier pickings out there. There's racers that I could just go blindly up against and know, hey, chances are he's not getting 10 thousandths of a second close to the world record, so it's an easier race for me, but it doesn't mean anything to me. I like going back to the guy who beat me, back to the guy who I know it's a challenge.
That's the whole name of this game. It's
Yes.
That's
And
what would make real turfing fun.
yes. So, but unfortunately, I think that it would
Do
take
they
that.
really have fun self-crushing cars?
No.
I took first. What's the
No.
pleasure in that?
There's no fun in that.
They have
Like,
no ego. They have no pride in themselves and their ability. It's like saying I suck, and they do. And it's the only way I can win by crushing my own cars.
yep. I don't agree with it, but I do agree with the point. It does need to be changed, and I think that they have a system, something coming out. I read
And you
the
know what? It's not like you know how I said there's no names in turf.
yeah.
You don't know who you race, but at the end, you're going to get a name, a team, the times, everything, just the way you do now.
Right, but here's my
And
thing:
you
is
can hunt them down.
I won't be able to hunt him down though. I feel like
I will hunt them down.
well, I'd have to.
Every nice car of mine, I'm going to want it back.
Yeah.
And
Well.
I'm going to get for you in lobby to try and get that car back.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, but I think there's got to be names in turf because that kind of brings that personal edge back to the game where it's personal. I'm going to see your name, and I may have not have. I remember you took my car from a year and a half ago, and I see your name now. Oh, I'm going to challenge you, and if you don't race me, fine. But if you do, it's on. It's on.
I appreciate the name thing, but because there are certain things that you have, it's a give and take. The reality is a give and take. You have to give up something to try and make the game fair. You know what? If they told me these are the rules of the game, and you're not going to know who you race until after you race, fine. That's only in turf. And if you don't like it, you don't have the turf.
Yeah.
You want to see who you're racing and you really want to challenge? Go in the regular lobby. You see their name, you know what team they're on, you can see their street credit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, man,
That's the way I feel. There are certain rules that have to be implemented to make certain things fair. Otherwise, there's no point to turf.
right. Like I brought up the point earlier.
You can't crush a car in regular lobby, but even if you could, they're not going to crush their own cars in a regular lobby.
No.
There's
No.
no benefit to it.
Well, it's like that point I brought up earlier. Like way back in the day, I grew up with Nintendo, and at one point they had this thing called Game Genie, and it's just a. And we were talking about this, and a lot of people know what Game Genie is. It's just it was a you could add you could add a million lives to your to the game. You could jump infinity. You could be super fast. Whatever the case was, your punches could be 5,000 times the maximum strength. There was just all these oddball oddities.
I'm familiar with it.
So it was fun when it first came out. You're like, I can beat Super Mario Brothers with 1,000,000 points, and or I could beat Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and I could beat everybody in one punch. But it got old so fast, and it was just like, you know what? After a handful of times, you put the thing away and go, it's just no fun. There's just
But
no.
if you could do that, you were getting benefits like a first place team in turf.
Yeah.
It'd be worth it to cheat. If I'm going to get half price to build or half time to build,
Mm-hmm.
it sort of makes you say, hey, you're not going to get bored of cheating. When you're playing a game like Nintendo and cheating, and you're winning, it gets boring because you don't get anything at the end of it. You're just saying, I went through the whole game in 2 days.
Right. Well, I don't think that the benefits. What were the what do they call them? When you win a team, the perks. when they I don't think that the perks that are given are enough for me to cheat. And I'm not saying, you
I
know,
have cheated, and I mean, I don't get me wrong. I have done wrong, and I have cheated. You know, at certain points, I remember a particular racer, and I felt really, really bad.
mhm,
When DC was big, and I lost about 20 cars one night, and I knew people always tell me every single hack, every single cheat, every damn thing, and I got pissed off, and I DC'd a Stella, and I took somebody else's Stella.
yeah,
And I felt so bad, and they called me names and this, that, and they knew who Ghashi was. That's what really bothered me. If they didn't know who I was, I probably would have just looked the other way and walked away and
right,
turned the game off, turn it back on. The DC is gone, and that's the end of it. But to me, cheating, no matter what, is not worth it. And I've learned that over time. I have over 43 accounts banned from cheating, from cloning money, cloning cars.
hold on, say that number again. How many cars?
Over 43 accounts.
Oh, 43
Over
accounts.
7,000 cars.
Wow. And they're banned for just various reasons along the way.
Only three things: cloning cars, cloning RRC,
Mm-hmm.
and the game problem that they had that they fixed, where if you bought gems
Mm-hmm.
and you switched to another account, the gems got credited to the next account. And you switched account again, it credited the gems again to that account.
Wow.
And I found out by mistake.
So.
And I continued with it because I said, my God, I spent so much money on this game and I've lost so much. So I kept doing it, and they banned all those accounts too.
So that has to be.
In reality, back to what we initially discussed about this, if you're cheating, you can get your account back in a week.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. When are they going to return my accounts?
That's
I'm talking about accounts 3.5 years banned already. How long are you going to punish me for? You know what? If you don't want me to spend my money on the game, I won't. I'll eventually quit. I'll get sick of this game.
Mm-hmm.
Sick of being abused by the game owners. You know what I mean? When I'm a very serious player and I have no problem spending the money and I enjoy playing the game,
Yeah.
yet keep tying my hands behind my back. When I get cheated and I send in screenshots and you go, oh, we can't do anything about it. They won't return my cars, nothing.
Right. That's.
And then you get upset when I take them back.
That's my biggest issue one of my biggest issues along the way, and I can't say carbonated. I can't say, it has happened with glue for a long time, and it did happen with CIE. The thing,
I can certainly say, in all honesty, it's happened with CIE, glue, carbonated, and it pisses me off to no avail.
well, my biggest thing was like there are people that, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, getting a call coming through, so I can't talk. So a lot of times there are people who, nope. Sorry, phone call coming through. So, all right, Todd, I'll talk to you in a little while. There are people who spend a ton of money, and they get their cars screwed from them. They've, the various cheats throughout the years, and it seems like nothing seems to be ever really done to these people that are stealing from other players. Eventually, down the road, maybe they say, okay, if you're using this cheat or that, they'll ban an account, blah blah blah. But the damage has been done, and these people never get their cars back. You've spent tons of money. I've spent tons of money. There are many people that spend a lot of money on this game, and it never seems to benefit or help the player who gets screwed. Then they say, oh, this person's. And a lot of times now, people start up these new accounts and they screw as many people as they can. Eventually, that account gets banned, but they've taken these cars and they've transferred them off to other accounts. So they're not even getting a slap on the wrist. Basically,
well, every account that's been banned over a year now,
mm-hmm.
where the players are still actively playing.
Yes.
They request a list of all the account names
Uh-huh.
and return them outright, no questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
For the wrongdoing they've done, they've been punished long enough, and you would see a lot more activity.
just I feel like sometimes the players get the legit players get the shaft,
Well, there's a lot of people that only cheat and that don't really race or turf.
and they
They
just
only will turf or race if they can cheat and win cars, steal them to sell them to make money.
and that's all they do. And
That's
I
all
don't
they
feel like those are the players that are getting any sort of punishment.
should be a time limit of at least a year. If they're still on a year later playing,
Yeah.
even if they're cheating, they still have to buy gems. Well, maybe not. I guess if they were running APKs.
Mm.
But basically, pretty much everybody who seriously races today has to spend money on gems.
Yes.
No matter what. Whether it's a small amount, you're getting 300 free a week from doing your showdowns
Mm-hmm.
and gem team.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good way
I
to get
blew through
gems too.
I blew through a hell of a lot more than 300 gems because I wanted the cars in
The Racer Club.
Racer Club. I wanted that new Ford GTR. I spent 7,000 gems buying gold crates
Yep.
this weekend. Just because I had to have
Right. And so here it is. You're spending. I don't know how much money you spent on that. I mean, you said you spent about $400 this week alone on turf. You spent all this money week after week.
14, I calculated I spent over $14,000 on this game.
That's an incredible amount of money. But yet, there are people who do just as bad as, whatever, cloning or this or that, they don't spend the money, but yet now they're getting their accounts back for certain things, after they've screwed other players that have, like the whole,
And I can't get one account back.
the whole Game Guardian thing, right? They'll sit there and use that and cheat and win cars left and right, and all these players are getting screwed. They don't get their cars back, but yet the person using Game Guardian, gets a slap on the wrist. Maybe their account gets banned for a week to try to guide them towards being a legit player, which I don't think that's going to happen.
They condoning their activity.
Yeah.
And they will understand that. It's like putting somebody in jail for a week for robbing somebody.
Yeah, you let them out. Guess what's going to happen?
Oh, he'll rob somebody the first day he gets out.
Exactly, because he knows it's a week ban. Well, I don't know if this is, I don't know, but...
Yeah, most people don't think that, if I get banned for a year, I'll try back in a year. They won't. There has to be a set limit of time that's realistic. What is the point of a week? It's worthless.
Yeah.
It literally tells them you're allowed to do this. It's okay. Go steal everybody's cars, and we'll give you account back in a week.
I don't agree with that.
Absolutely insane. I don't agree with it. I think they're insane. Personally, I think they're retarded. Pardon me for saying so.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if they're listening. I mean, this is, like I said, every game is about making a profit. And you're not going to make a profit by bringing those guys back. The only thing you're going to do is chase away other racers. Make more people quit. How many of my friends have quit and they go, I'm just so sick of the hacks, the cheats, this, that.
I know I've lost so many friends over the years because of that.
And only that. It's nothing else. It's always that.
Well, there's nothing more infuriating than I don't mind losing cars. I race all the time. I lose cars in pinks, win cars. I don't care. But when I race a car and I know the Stella can hit, we'll say at max, a very good run. We're saying like a 6.8, 6.85. Okay.
It can't beat a 6.85. That's the fastest it's gonna run.
Yeah.
Legit.
Now, back in the day, all of a sudden you're having these cars running these impossible times. A Stella.
6.85.
And
6770. I'll show you screenshots.
and you lose, and I lose my car. You lose your car. Legit players lose their cars, and you contact customer service, and they say, "Oh, according to our records, that's a legitimate time." Now,
That to me in the last few cars.
and I know that the customer service was, they didn't exactly have all the times for the cars. It was just a lot of them it was a customer service, wherever, dealing with a few games, and they didn't have the specifics and the knowledge of the game. But that was a problem when it came to the players. It really tainted they pissed in our,
When somebody beats me legit,
Yeah.
I'll let friend and congratulate them on an amazing run.
I've done that
I
plenty
don't
of
care
times.
how nice of a car it is, how much I love that car. If I lose fair and square, I'm proud. Hats off to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So either case, these are issues that really I wanted to get on the air, and I'm glad that I did. One is the communication issue.
Mm-hmm.
Two is my banned accounts that really at this point should all be unbanned. Three is about turfing to make it fair for everybody. And I understand your point about, knowing who you're racing, but it's only for turf. This is about who can actually race anonymously and win or lose and make points and be competitive.
Yeah.
You can always race your rivals in regular lobby where you see them, you join them, and you go,
Mm-hmm.
hey, well, you got my car. Even in turf afterwards, if you see who got your car, you can run into them in a regular lobby. You can always add them as a friend when
Yeah.
you go to the racer previously raced. Sometimes you can't because pretty much everybody's full anyway.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. You know the name, and if you see it again, you go, "That's that guy that got my, APK Force Paint 787B." It's a rare car, and I have a few of them. If I lose that to you, I'm gonna be hunting you down.
Which car was this?
My 787Bs that are APK Force painted,
Oh, okay. Yep.
or like my HKMs that are, APK Force painted.
Mm-hmm.
They're hot cars.
Oh,
I mean, if I lost it to you, I'm not gonna stop hunting you.
yeah. No, I've had a few where I've cars that I've really liked, and for the most part, I'll pink it if I'm racing it and pink. Yeah, go for it. And hindsight, there's a few that I really thought, man, I shouldn't have done. I should have just swallowed my pride and chickened out. But no, man, I'll look for that name. I'll write that name down, and
I definitely write the name down.
I'll I'll write the name down, the date, what happened, the car I lost.
I'll even go through his garage every so often to make sure it's still there.
All right, so I'm not the only one who does that. That's great, but yeah. So your accounts, you have 43 accounts that have been banned for various reasons, and we've talked about some of them, the cloning.
Reasons.
Yeah. So.
One was a game problem where if you transferred, you got the gems on your next account, and they banned every account that got gems.
Oh. But.
Second one was when you would swipe out and bet mills, and you would do 40 mills an hour on each account.
Yeah, that was one of the first. I told people like that's when I first started.
That was in November of 2013 when they banned all my accounts.
See, that's funny because they. I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. Like they didn't. I know I didn't get banned, but I had account. Well, I had one account that got banned because I broke the 49 mil barrier.
I got banned for that. I got banned after the end of it. They
Yeah.
banned my accounts. Ghashi 2, Ghashi 3, Ghashi, GTMM Racer.
Yeah.
These were all November of 2013.
Yeah.
And there was like maybe 4 other accounts.
There's a guy here in chat, live chat. I think it's the Legend 2727. That's probably not his racing rival's name, but he says Jihashi is an old player with a little smiley. Hopefully he remembers me running nonstop with him in a Stella. Great. Let me scroll down.
Does it say his name?
Great guy. I don't know. I'm gonna ask him what's his in-game name because maybe you'd remember him.
I probably do. I remember most people.
So we'll ask him there, and maybe you'll recognize his name. But yeah, I'd come home and I was honestly I just started the game and I was making $600 a race, like it just hitting perfect shifts. That's all because you got $100 per perfect shift and the perfect launch. I was getting like $600 a race, and
Yes, I was listening to your last live stream about that.
yeah, and that I did that over and over and over, and it was just like I was like a week or so, like a few days away from quitting the game because I was just losing interest in like there wasn't enough to get my hooks into. It wasn't getting its hooks into me to get me addicted. So when a friend of mine told me this way to
Make money fast.
boy, we making 40. I get home from work and jump on 49 mil, but slowly but surely the word spread across the whole community, and I guess everybody was doing it. So,
They did
anyways,
the right thing. I didn't complain when they took all the cash back.
but I didn't
But
get my account banned.
cash back and returned my accounts. Is what they should have done.
Well, see, I don't know why they banned your accounts because many people I know never. Not, I don't remember a single one of them getting their account banned for that reason. They did reset all our accounts, took away all our money.
They did that afterwards. That was probably in January of 2014.
Yes, yep.
But in November of 2013, they did a sweep and they banned more accounts than you can imagine. You just didn't know any of the bad guys like me.
Wow. See, that's news. Never knew that.
Yes. And then after that was after all the APKs started coming out, and they
Mm-hmm.
started cloning cars in
The tournaments.
tournaments, and they banned all my accounts again. And then came the gems. I said, screw it. I'm going to take advantage of this. It's a game screw up. I'm not cheating. All I'm doing is logging in from one account to another, and the gems would transfer. And they banned all my accounts for that too.
Wait, so let me get this straight. So you would have an account, you'd buy gems,
I
and
would be in my account.
you would get gems on that account.
I would buy the 20 package,
Yeah.
and then I would transfer from that account, log out, and log into another account, and I'd get the other $20 worth of gems on the other account. And then I would log out of that account, so everyone would get the $20 gems.
Wow.
And then I would go back to the first account again and buy $50, the $49.99,
Right.
with the 30% more, and then switch accounts, and it would credit to every one of my accounts.
Wow. Huh.
And that's when they posted that notice in the morning. We found a serious game error, blah, 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 da, da, da. We corrected it. That would have been truly, affected us in a negative way. And sure, I know what I did was wrong. However, how long are you going to punish me for it? And it wasn't, and I found it by accident. It's not like I was trying to cheat. I did try to cheat after I found it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sorry that I did. But how long are you going to punish me for it? That's the point.
Right. And that's the question because
I'm a guy who spent well more than that in gems since you've taken all those accounts.
well, not only that.
Accounts of mine like Hijo de Puta, Spread My Pinks, Old and Slow, Eugene. I mean, accounts that everybody knows out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My main account, which has all the first place showdown cards, turf card collector.
Oh.
Literally everything. They banned everything of mine. I don't even know if I bought gems on it. I think they IP banned me.
See, I've always heard that they don't do that, but then I've heard conflicting stories, so it's interesting.
I'm not accusing anybody of anything except accepting the fact that I did wrong, and I'm sorry that I did, but how long can you punish somebody for that?
Right.
My accounts, there would be no more foul play, and that's it. I'm going to play out my accounts, and that's it.
Yeah. Maybe somebody listening will say, hey, you know what? Let's contact him or just unban these
accounts. List all the account names, see what they did wrong, and see that what I'm saying is the truth.
Yeah.
And return it, and look at my spending, look at what I do, and how actively I play. On multiple accounts. It's not like I play one account. I mean, you can ask anybody. Every day I'm on at least 4 or 5 different accounts.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, I think I think I raced you on one of my accounts this weekend. I don't remember what it was. Something gave me
what account were you on this weekend?
I can't say over the air.
Okay. Well, my account that I ran this weekend was Still Sleeping.
Nope.
Old and Slow.
Nope.
Older and Slower. Pinks Are Us.
No.
Ghashi. I think I ran And I.
I'm trying to remember.
I picked that name because I'd love to see on the screen after you win the race, And I got a new ride.
Oh. That's a nice name. Now I'm gonna have to go through my screenshots because afterwards I saw the team name. Unless do you have other people on your team? You might do. Maybe it wasn't.
We have 5 people on the team.
Hmm.
Which 2 of them are inactive. I run their accounts. They're PJ's accounts
Okay.
and Kyle's accounts.
I wish I could remember the name.
Must be cool.
That was it. Something cool. Be cool or something.
Must be cool. That was PJ. You ran PJ.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't you then, because afterwards I looked at it and I thought,
He was actually on this weekend.
oh, okay, because I must have ran. I think I ran him twice, once or twice.
Yep.
Yes, the first time we both fouled out. It was funny because we both fouled out, and I was like, son of a bitch, and I was like, well, it was for pinks.
RSRE.
Yes.
Yes, that was PJ this weekend. He did 1,000 points.
Okay. Yep.
Other than that, I have a noob that I'm training.
Uh huh.
Sobernet, a nice guy.
Yeah.
And hopefully, once I can get him to make 10 to 15,000 every week,
There we go.
top 100, I can get him on the top 100 team.
Yep.
You know, right now I'm feeding him cars to race and trying to teach him how to get his gems.
Mm-hmm.
Show that hang out on our team and get the 50 gems a week.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's a kid, a good kid, studies hard in an engineering school.
Oh, nice.
I like to take new kids that I meet and try to help them out. He's 17.
Yeah.
Trying hard. He loves to race. Trying to teach him patience that you can't just jump in any car and start thinking.
No, you gotta know what you're doing.
You gotta build that garage first. You know?
Yeah. I like to tell people this how I started, and it's not necessarily the best way, but how I started was I found one car that I was good at, and I perfected it. I practiced the drops, the shifts, everything,
Trying to teach him.
and I stuck with one car.
You have to master a car.
Yes.
Learn about a hard launch, a soft launch. People go, oh, it's a perfect launch. Why did I lose? It means nothing. In the old days, they used to give the 90-foot or 60-foot times.
They did, yeah.
They don't do that anymore, so you don't know how hard you're launching.
Right. And
you're letting off too soon. And I'm trying to teach this kid every little trick I know.
Uh-huh.
It takes time. I mean, it's hard, you know?
Yep, there's times when I get a perfect launch, but I know I'm gonna, unless the guy really screws up, I'm not gonna win because it was a soft launch. And it still said perfect launch, but it's not to the car's optimal, performance.
Exactly. It's something that people don't understand. And the way I teach people to race, if you rev drop, you start with spinning the car and work your way backwards so you don't spin. That's how you find optimal launch.
Yep, that's exactly what I do.
Not the other way around. You don't start from the bottom up and work your way. You got to know what the limits are.
You want to know the max RPMs before you either A, spin your tires, or B, in an all-wheel drive car, the RPMs drop.
Exactly.
And that's what I do. But yeah, I must have raced PJ. The first race, it was for pinks. We both fouled out. And I was like, son of a bitch, man. I was just like, how does that happen? That's crazy. We both thought whatever. So then I found him. And I will say I won, but I will also say I shouldn't have won because it was a terrible, I can't remember the specific. It was a terrible race. I think I was a little, had some other stuff I was focusing on.
There are a lot of races that I won this weekend, and I said to myself, oh my God, the time that I ran, I should have won.
Oh, yeah.
I ran worse, and you know what? It's game lag. Sometimes the RPMs drop too fast if you're rev dropping.
Yep.
And you end up bogging the car no matter what. There's nothing you can do, and both sides do it.
It happens.
10 seconds and like in an SVT and going, wow, and I won.
Uh-huh.
I guess I shifted. I mean, if you bog, you got to rev longer. You can't shift your regular shift times.
Yep.
You have to shift later to build up the RPMs again. But a lot of people don't know that. So, in any case, it was a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was a real fun weekend.
One day, you'll encounter me. I like to race the Focus RSRE. I'll see you, and we'll be thinking again. I just won't notice the pig on wheels. That was a picture. You had a pig on wheels spinning out. Then you changed to the mask. But I didn't know any other account. I only knew Pigpen account. I don't think that account races anymore. I never see you.
No. No, I don't. I can't can't say that. I've raced it a little bit lately, but not much. I started off with an account. How did I say it was? Because the original Pigpen is still. I want that account. I want it because it's still from 4 years ago. It's a level one car on it. It's like somebody took the name Pigpen and just never. That was before I even played the game. So when I started it, I looked for Pigpen. It was taken. Damn it! So I did another variation, P1G, P whatever it was, P whatever you know how the numbers. So I raced that for a while, and then that account got banned because of the whole. I made more than 49 mil in an hour once, which I didn't know, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh, that account is now banned. Okay, so anyways, I started up another one, and it's the one with.
Request the account back?
What's that?
Did you ever request the account back?
I did actually. I didn't even know you could do that. It was like maybe a year later, and I requested it back, and then one day I got a response, and they unbanned it. I was like, wow! But I still don't even. I don't even know the password or anything to it. I lost it. It was such a long time ago. So after that, I started.
One of my passwords still. It's just so annoying that I can't. I still go into my old accounts just to look around.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have
Days.
I have about 20 accounts. I have them all written down now. All the emails, all the passwords, everything. The name, the in-game name. So it's all written down. Supercharger. All right. So we have BMW, which I love. Ford versus Chevy, which I'm gonna love. But then I'm just not a supercharger. I don't have it.
What is Ford versus Chevy?
I think it's.
People in Fords only get to race people in Chevys, and Chevy guys only get to race guys in Fords.
I don't know. I don't know. I think if I had to.
I can understand if it says Ford and Chevy, meaning you could run either one, but it says verse.
Yeah.
What that meant.
I don't know if there's anything extra.
Can I only challenge Fords in turf?
No, I think it's probably just Ford and Chevy, and it's just a way to. That's my guess. I don't know. We'll find out, but I think that's just one way for them to a different event. Because it seems like we have the same events or like the same. Well, here we have another. It's going to be the Ford SVT Cobra, BMW.
Actually, I'm going to try and run a new supercharged car to defeat all the SVTs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be interesting.
I'm going to be excited if I can. I should be able to take them all out.
Yeah, so I think it's just going to be. Basically, should have been called Ford and Chevy, but that doesn't. It doesn't sound as cool as Ford versus Chevy.
I figured I'd ask since you brought it up.
So I don't know, man. Maybe have you tried? Have you contacted customer service at all about getting your accounts unbanned? I'm sure you have, right?
Yes.
And no.
I randomly do one at a time, and they always say no.
Yeah.
Then I just stopped after a while. I haven't asked for an account back probably in quite some time.
See, that's what I don't agree with because, like you said, there's these people playing now and they're cheating and they're getting banned for a week and then they get unbanned and they're playing. But here's somebody like you who has spent thousands upon thousands and thousands.
I spent 4 years over $40,000 on this game.
Mm. And and I'm not saying what you did.
They're gonna lose me completely eventually.
Yeah.
Point where I'm fed up, and that's it.
Yeah, Pigpen. I bought over 200 boosts to clean your garage and pinks. I love it. Oh man. So, but I mean, maybe, I don't know. It just seems like there's people that do much worse and get banned for a short period of time. Even before this whole.
Like I said, and I can't help reiterating this, that unbanning somebody after a week of any kind of wrongdoing is literally condoning their act.
Yeah.
It really is. There's no benefit to the game, the profits, and there's no benefit to any other player.
No, not at all. So.
As compared to, unbanning me is just going to get me to race more and pink and spend more gems.
Yes, Who's this?
Andrew, why are you crying?
Oh, he's a good guy. He was on earlier.
Earlier, the last one I heard, the last live stream.
Yeah.
Him and CJ.
Yeah, him and CJ, and then actually, I did a live stream.
Stay here. I'm listening to you. Tell Piggy to run with us this weekend.
Who is saying this?
Why are you crying?
Oh, why you crying? I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to see. Well, I'm not gonna do overtime this week because this was a short week.
I'm getting a lot of thumbs up now.
Oh.
I guess everybody's listening to this.
Yeah. Right now, I'm asking who made the most points this week on Sam Crow.
Wolverine.
Well, it was Wolverine. Oh, okay.
It was. I'm going to send you a screenshot of the points.
Excellent, because I want to make sure he gets that car that I promised to put up on the line.
How do I do this? Actually, I have to go into phones, and my God, so many people called.
Tech Assassin says Wolverine. Nice. Okay, so he's gonna get the car. That's my buddy. And oh man, we must go back. We must go back a year and a half now.
Amazing racing, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he was.
Usually, I'm used to taking first on any team. I don't think about it. There's no beating me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was limited on time. I started to run out of cars. For some reason, my performance was off this weekend. I lost a lot of cars.
Yep.
And then I ran out of time. And Sunday, I said, I got to go to this barbecue, all these things. And I couldn't really race. I was trying to race on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't turf on a phone. I can only race on an iPad.
Yeah.
Don't race on phones. I'm a big guy.
I can't race. I can't race on a phone because I tell you, you would think with my big fat thumbs, I'd be able to hit all the buttons all at once and it wouldn't be a problem. That's not the case. When I race, I always miss the first shift. I miss the shifter completely.
I miss the shift and it clicks. I also miss NOS.
Yeah.
All my phones are for business, so I always get phone calls in the middle of things.
Oh.
I can't put it on airplane mode and knock people out from calling me because, business takes precedence over my playing.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I use an iPad now pretty much exclusively. Every now and again, like if I'm at the airport and I'm bored and I have Wi-Fi, I'll jump on the game. But I don't really. There's just too much going on, so I don't really even pinks or anything. I just kind of chat with people and maybe test track or something. But
You know what? I can't send you the points of the whole team until after the phone call.
Okay, that's no problem.
Tonight, as soon as we get off. But in either case, I hope that they really do something about turf. To me, a lot of people race on this game, and it's fun and this, that, but the competitive part of turfing has been totally destroyed with the way it's set up. And that's the worst part about it. I understand your points about being able to see who you race, but it's a turf. If you're on a racetrack, for real,
Yeah.
and you're going against somebody, yeah, okay, you know who it is, but does it really matter? It's either you win or you lose. You know what I mean? You get knocked out of the tournament.
Well, I guess maybe I don't. Okay, maybe here's where I'm coming from. I haven't raced on a team for like top 25 and forever. Okay, it's been such a long time. I only race either a 50 gem team or I jump on one of my my team. It's just me, just for pinks. And so I'm not there. I guess I'm not there for points. I'm there for pinks and entertainment. And if I see somebody and they beat me, or I see somebody who beat me, a few weeks back or a month back or whatever, I'll challenge them again. And that's where I get my fun from. That's how I enjoy my time in turf now. If I was going for points, I guess it would be a different story. It wouldn't matter if I'm getting from this guy that beat me or that guy I've never raced before. I'm just getting points. It's about points. So that's why for me it might take the excitement out of it because it's just blind racing. As long as, see, I don't know, like I love.
It would be blind racing, but the whole point is it's a team. It's not you racing. It's a team racing for points. That's why I said when you're in lobby, you need to know who you're racing. That's real competition, one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Yeah.
and you got a car that one of my favorite cars or whatever it may be, I'm going to hunt you down in lobby and I will badmouth you, whatever, badger you to challenge you.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you, chicken? No, you didn't know who I was. You went for it, right? You got my car and got lucky. I fouled or I had a bad RT.
Yeah.
Right now, you're in lobby. You know who I am. You know who you got the car from. Let's go for it. Best of five. You know what I mean?
There's so many.
Turfing is a team effort. It's for a team. Who cares what the hell you're racing? You want it legit. You want it clean. You want to make racing points for the team, and that's it. Even if you only make 10,000 points, there's somebody else on the team is going to make 50,000.
Yeah.
Even if you make 50,000, somebody on the team is going to make 100,000.
Yeah.
It works as a team. It's not about you. If you want to prove yourself, go into lobby and challenge whoever you want.
Have you read the notes for? I guess they're not patch notes because they're not official yet. But have you heard have you read the description of what they're proposing or what they're working on for turf changes?
For the points?
Yeah.
I think it's stupid. So a waste of time. Yeah, I guess it should have better points for better cars and this, that. I mean, how do you get 200 points for crushing a Copo in any room?
Well, that's
like a worthless car.
right. Well, that's my thing is
That I understand.
it's that problem is gone. I'm surprised that it's just now coming down to the point where it's going to be fixed. I can't believe this wasn't fixed 3 years ago.
I can't either. But the point that I'm trying to make is that's not nearly as important as making it anonymous. They got their priorities up their ass. Fix the chats, fix turf, so people can't self-crush.
Yeah.
You want to challenge me, DM me, whatever. One way or another, somebody's got me on a friends list, and I'll challenge you in any car, any lobby, in regular lobby.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see my face, you get to see my name, but in turf, make it legit. No more self-crushing. Give each team a chance to take first.
That's
And get the perks.
I'd actually like to. I mean, I don't know if I agree with it yet because, like I said, I like to see somebody's name and I like to challenge them and chase them down. But I'd like to try this 1 week in turf. If they just had everybody's name blacked out, the car, it had like a generic, the generic icon there, so you don't see what color it is because there's people who are going to try to color. They're going to try to color code them. They're going to try to put special wheels on so you can pick them out. But I think that would be a good idea. I'd like to try it 1 week to see how that works. To say, to go into turf and just try these and go and just to see what happens.
Do you know how annoying it is when people chicken on me?
Oh.
It's a goddamn 30-cent car.
Well, not only that, but really what's annoying is when you challenge somebody and they let the timer go all the way down to chicken out.
That's the same thing to me as chicken out. If you time out, I mean, sometimes you challenge me, I run to the bathroom, I come back and I lost it. So what? Knock off 5 points on my.
Yeah.
I can handle it.
Just do one more extra race.
Exactly.
Yeah, but someone will.
Times you sit there and challenge somebody, and they'll just let you time down over and over. And
well,
you go, okay, maybe you went to the bathroom, so you race 10 more races, you see him in the room again, you challenge him again.
Yeah.
And he times you out again. It's like obviously he's avoiding.
So I'll sit there and I'll have either my cash or my pinks flags up. One of the two. I'll have them up, okay? And then what will happen is someone will challenge me, and I'm go, okay, if I say my pinks on, I challenge them for pinks. And what happens? They chicken out, going, you saw my flag up. What, did you think I was just joking around?
Pink flag up. The same car challenges you in pinks, and you chicken out, you should lose 10,000 points.
Do you think I had it up for a joke? Or do you think I had I was just kidding. No, I had it up for a reason. I'm going to challenge you for pinks if you challenge me. But then they'll let the timer run out.
I like to raise the pink flag and offer free cars. For free cars, just raise pinks. And people flip out when I take their car. And I'm like, well, free cars goes two ways. Either you're going to get a free car or I'm going to get a free car. I don't want to get a free car.
Oh, jeez.
He's a scammer.
Oh.
I'm like, really?
I've never done that. No, I've never done that. Pigpen can come and Pigpen can me and you pinks. Oh, yeah. I'd love that. I love pinks. I've been like the worst thing is
The only problem with you, Big Pen, is that nobody would know it's you.
well, yeah,
There are no names.
dude. I have trouble finding like I have trouble keeping track of all my account names. I'm like going through and I'm like, oh, okay. And the problem is like it'll be one event, and I'm like, all right. So I have this account and I race it.
I only have 10 accounts left. It's really easy to remember now.
But then like another one will be there'll be another event where it's BMW, and I'm like, oh crap, wrong account, and then I can't remember which account my BMWs are on.
That reminds me, my Eugene account that's banned has over 150 GT2s maxed.
Yes.
That's so annoying. And that's gonna. And you know how useful that would be this weekend.
Uh, I have I have an account, and I'm going to be racing it because it has a ton of Ford Focus RSREs on it, probably over 200 now.
Wow.
And then it on that same account, I don't remember how many. I lost a few here and there, but the BMWs max they probably about 120.
It's just so annoying. My account's being banned. I hope that somebody's listening, and I hope somebody thinks about this and says, you know what, this is crazy. This is a guy who spent a lot of money on this game.
Yeah.
You have to be an idiot not to unban these accounts.
Yeah. Well, if
Think
you
about it. If I got those accounts back, first thing I'm going to do is dump 4,000 gems on each one. Because I hate being able to jump on any account and I can't go into the lobby and pick.
right,
Out of boost. Oh, I'm out of gems.
I hate that. And then
all my accounts have to have gems on.
yeah. Well, say you could only get one account unbanned. What account would that be?
It's going to be Turf Car Collector only because the memories of all my turf cars.
Yeah.
But realistically, hopefully that they will think about what I'm saying and really say, you know what, it's a serious profit motive here, you know,
Yeah.
to an advantage to them as well as to everybody else out there because I want to be racing everybody, picking them away.
Yeah.
And everybody will have a chance at 3 cars.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got to address something here.
And make it more enjoyable where people want to race and play.
Yeah. So there's Dirty Birds is here in chat, and he's telling me to put your in-game names out there, put your IGNs out there. He says, "Man, be transparent." Well, the only accounts I'm ever going to tell people that I am, because there's a few reasons. One, because scammers. So many people try to tell that, oh, I'm Pigpen. This is Pigpen's account. Well, it's not me. I know I don't do deals in lobbies, and I don't ask for cars in lobbies and all that garbage. So if somebody knows like Pigpen has these accounts and they know the real names, they're going to make a fake one up, which is going to sound like that one, and then they just sit there and scam people in lobbies all day long. So I don't want to give anybody any kind of fuel to try to pretend to be me. So the less counts out there that people know, the less chance.
When they get to know you and they're your friends, that's a different story.
Absolutely. But then the other reason.
On my accounts, and now a lot of people know that are listening to this. However, I don't really worry about it.
Yeah.
You're not a public figure like you are. I mean, actually, I'm in a lot of YouTube videos racing people.
Yeah.
But I don't know you can't Google in YouTube Ghashi and find my accounts. I tried that. Seems I can find any videos of my races.
Yeah.
But they're always going to be losing because obviously they're going to show the video of themselves winning.
Of course. I mean, very rarely. There's a couple people that do, but very rarely. Most people don't put up the videos of them losing. We all have bad races, and I guess it doesn't make for good videos and whatnot. But
you want publicity, you want followers, you want viewers.
Yeah.
You want to show it, and
for the longest time, I'd be in a lobby and somebody go, "Oh, that's a fake Pigpen," and "Why's that?" "Well, you didn't get a .001 reaction time." I go, "You think I get a .001 RT every race?" Doesn't happen, man. Doesn't happen. But the other reason I don't give out all my in-game names out there is I'm telling you, man. Like I jump on an account and I go into a lobby, and I'll get bombarded with just nonstop, like people wanting to ask me questions or this.
That would drive me nuts too.
And I love it. I love talking to people, love helping them out. And sometimes I just want to sit back and be anonymous and race without all the attention.
I hate to do this to you. You
Yeah.
gotta give me a second. You gotta give me a second. Gotta answer some business call. It'll take me 2 seconds to tell them to put
Yeah.
the keys.
Yeah, take your time. I'll just sit there and talk. And so yeah, I mean, guys, that's one of the reasons why I have anonymous accounts. One is so that people can't jump into a lobby and claim to be me, scam people out of hard-earned cars. And then the other one is there's just sometimes I just like to jump on an account and race. I don't want people to say, "Hey Pigpen, hook me up with free cars," or "Hey Pigpen, can I help you in a video?" Which I love all this, but there's just times I just want to just sit back, hang out, and be anonymous and just be able to focus on racing, unwind, and relax. So yeah, Dirty Birds. Yeah, we all have bad races. So, oh, you're back. That was quick.
Yeah, I just had to tell them where to put the keys. They were dropping off a car in my shop.
Oh, I've told people where to put the keys before, and they didn't like it though.
I can't be that rude to my clients.
No, I'm sure. So, um, anyways, man, just been talking. We're going on hour and 20 minutes now. So,
You know, originally I was telling Nick that I don't think I could handle 2 hours, but that did go a lot quicker than I expected.
yeah. And it's just two of us talking. Sometimes when there's three people talking, and I haven't really addressed many of the much of the live chat. Um, but Wolverine is here. Where?
Well, let me give him a shout out. Wolverine, you really kicked ass this week.
Yeah. So I'm willing. I'd like to give him his car. If I could actually give it to him live streaming here.
That'd be great.
Don't do live stream during Street Outlaws. Hey, is he on? Are you online? If I could spell online, I can't spell it apparently, but wasn't looking at my keyboard. Yeah, I'd like to see if I could. Maybe I'll jump on and see if he's here. I don't know if I don't know if I have him on as a friend on this account. No, he's not online. Well, if he gets online, I'd like to give him his car as prize. So, Gerardo, get your ass online so I can give you your car. Wouldn't be bad. I'd like to do it live streaming here. That'd be pretty cool. So, I don't know. So what else? We got we got all the sorts of different cheats, hacks, glitches. Where do you think the state of the game is right now? There he is. Yeah, he's logging on now.
Apparently, things are pretty clean right now. I mean, there have been some strange things that happened in Turf this weekend, but I don't think there were glitches or hacks.
Yeah.
I think it was server problems.
Mm-hmm.
I had one race that I lost, which was one of those like old strange ones where I thought I did a pretty damn nice run. It turned out to be a really slow run.
Yeah.
Totally passed the guy. And next thing at the end of the game, he said I lost.
Uh,
And this happened about probably 20, 30 times this weekend.
really? Mm.
Yes. I would totally smoke them, and it would come out to be a bad time. And it showed them as winning. Although it showed me completely in front. At least 30 times.
Yeah. I had.
Server problem, they couldn't keep up or something. They were having issues with their service this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I had something bizarre happen, and I'm pretty good. Like, I was racing it was with the Ford Focus RSRE, and I know that car can launch at about 31, 3200 RPMs with my setup with the grip I have on it at 277 grip. So I know exactly where it can launch, and I raced a guy, and I was very meticulous about it. I launched, and I actually launched a little bit low. I was at 3,000 RPMs, which you'll still get a perfect launch. You get a perfect launch down to like 2,700 with that car. It's crazy. But I know I I know I launched at 3,000, which was lower than what was its max RPM, and I spun my tires and I lost the pinks. And I go, what the hell? I thought, well, maybe I picked the wrong car or something. No, I didn't. I know I picked the right car because of the wheels. I remember what wheels it had, and I've won plenty of cars with that, and it just was bizarre that I spun my tires at such a low RPM.
Yeah.
So then, anyways, I raced the guy a little bit later, and this was the only thing that made me think that it was just some weird anomaly. And what anomaly? He,
On the next place.
I did, and he spun his tires. So I thought, well, I don't think he's gonna. I don't know. I don't think that if there's a hack out there, something like that, he would. I don't think it would happen like that. So
suspicious. I think it's been pretty clean for a while now.
yeah,
Because there was one weekend with that stupid thing where they slow down the game to get perfect launch and
yeah,
perfect ship,
yeah.
and I lost 10 787Bs in 30 minutes, and I got so mad.
Yep.
And that was probably 2 months ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I'm very, very careful about it. I test the waters very lightly, do a few races and see what happens.
Yeah.
If I lose one and it looks funny, that's it. I just won't bring back another one into turf.
Yep.
It's always in the high-end cars, so
yeah.
in D-class or 50s rooms. So I'm very, very careful about it. If I lose one car in max room, I'll really think twice before bringing another car out.
Yep.
Unless I had a bad RT, 30, 40, 50 RT, forget it. I deserve to lose the damn car.
Yep. So here we go. We're gonna give Wolverine 34 the prize car for being the top producer on Sam Crow Racing, which won the challenge this week. So here we go. Gonna race. He challenged for pinks. We're gonna race. I should actually race and just give him a scare, but I'm gonna foul out.
Congratulations.
There we go.
Just to let you know, I have the first place R34 with the gold wheels.
Oh, you know what? That's one car I wish I had.
I actually won that in Showdown.
Yep, you actually have won a lot in Showdown.
I've won the first 7.
The first 7 Racer Showdowns.
I've won every single one first place.
Damn, that is crazy.
I don't think there's anybody out there that can really beat me if I have the time. And I don't mean to be an egotistical asshole, but I know I'm good.
Yeah, you know how to get points. You know you've done it for so long. See, I have this one here, the Nissan Skyline GTR. This is the R33, though. This with the gold wheels.
Yep. Well, at a certain point, they started giving out more than one of those. But
Yeah,
I only have the one-of-a-kind cars.
Yeah, they recycled them at one point.
They started bringing them back.
Yeah.
They ran out of cars to give.
Which I wish they would bring those back, man. I think there were a lot.
Really
Maybe I'm.
should bring them back. It would promote. Think about it. Today, Showdown, everybody just goes in for gems. It's no longer a competition for fun anymore.
Right, you go in for 2 or 3 races and you get 100 gems, which is great.
Well, it's a great thing. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
You know what? The top 3 performers should get like 250 gems.
Yeah.
152nd place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And people would try harder and put in a car. I mean, you know what? The more you get people to race, the more boost is spent, more gems are bought.
Absolutely. That's just.
There's something wrong with the thinking of whoever's in charge over at Carbonated. Their logic doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you're trying to promote people to spend money, give them something for it.
Yeah.
What does it really take to give a virtual car? It's an extra license.
Well,
They already have the license. They just probably pay for every car they sell.
well, that's what I was gonna say. If there's already a car in the game too, I mean, it's not. I don't think you. I don't know. I don't know the details. I don't know if you spend more money on.
Either, but I'm sure it doesn't cost that much.
Right.
And it would be worth it. You'd get that many more people spending boost and gems.
Yes. I agree. I mean, I think that was I only go into Showdown now. Like today, I sort of spaced out and I got in like I don't know what place I took. I don't know
If
if
they
it's
want,
on here.
if they want to put me on payroll, I'll come up with ideas how to make this a lot more fun.
I think I got into. I think I got two bronze and two performance. The silver. I'm sorry, two performance. So I must have gotten like a under 1,500, but between 750 and 1,500. Um, but I was going for the 3,000, 7,000 just to get the 100 gems, which is what. But I
Yeah.
totally spaced it out and just I got way more points.
Me too. Sometimes I go into Showdown
Yeah.
and I win a pink and I get excited and I start collecting the cars.
Yes.
Like one weekend, it was front wheel drive. So I said, I'll race 3 races and I won't crush it. And I won 3 Civic SIs. And I said, why don't I just keep going and pile up a few? Next thing I knew, I was in like 48th place. I was like, oh my God. And I didn't crush one car.
Yeah.
I collected so many Civic SIs ready for turf.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna try to one of these days consolidate my accounts so I have all the cool cars on my Ghost Pepper. I'd love to change the name to Ghost Pepper. I'd love to change it to Pigpen. I'd love to get that account, but damn, it's not gonna happen.
Well, if you have an account Pigpen that you like the name that's banned,
Uh huh.
it's 200 gems, and you change the name, and that name becomes available, and then you quickly set your new account to that name. That's how
Yeah.
for Ghashi, because Ghashi, the original one, is banned.
Yeah. No, it's an account that it's not mine.
Ah,
Like if I go to if I search here and I just type in Pigpen,
yeah.
there you'll see this is the account. It's a level one, and you view the garage. It has one car, a Scion TC. That's the car. This is the account that I would love. It's never been used. You can see they have a Scion TC, which is the first car from the tutorial. Is there something different here? Did they change the garage?
I don't know.
Or is this just because I'm looking at a. This must be because I'm looking. Because. Huh. Must be looking through some. Because they don't have the toolboxes in here. And there's some stuff on the walls that are missing. See, the toolbox is here.
The
Yeah.
toolbox on the floor, you mean?
Yeah, so okay, that must just be because I'm looking through someone else's garage. Because when I go to my garage, there's all the stuff on the walls. That's why I was like, why does this look so different? But yeah, I hate that stupid toolbox right here. So the toolbox, give us some badass R3 goddamn K1 or something. Oh man, these guys are
You gotta work for it. Ain't nothing free in this game.
nothing, man.
Wolverine got it. He worked hard for that.
Dude. He did. I didn't forget. I forgot to tell him congrats. Congrats. Here he is. I'm trying to read the chat. There's always so much drama going on in the chat. These guys.
My Facebook thing just won't stop dinging.
Oh my gosh. I can't even go on Facebook without seeing 400 different, notifications. I can't even get, dude. I cannot even get friend requests from people anymore because I have over 1,000 on there. I haven't accepted or declined them. I just don't have the time to go through 1,000. If Facebook gave me a way to select them all and say approve or decline, that'd be great. But I've gone through and I've got 1,000. I deleted them all once, and then I filled up again. I deleted it, and this is the third time. And I'm just like, you know what? I can't do it. But like, kind of sucks because it's my personal Facebook, and there's people that I may know from back in the day that are trying to get a hold of me but can't.
I don't believe in that kind of stuff. The only reason why I have Facebook is for racing rivals.
Yeah.
I don't believe in putting any public information out there anyway. So
yeah, I've
kind of stuff. My children aren't allowed to do it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much screwed. There's so much personal stuff of me out there. I go, screw it. If somebody wants to be me, if somebody wants to impersonate me, I feel sorry for them. There's cooler people out there than me, let me tell you.
It's not about coolness. It's about stealing identity for profit. Everything's got a profit motive behind it.
I agree with that.
Yeah. But anyway,
so
this has actually been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think this is actually this might be a good place to wrap it up here.
Yeah, I think so too, because I'm getting tired too, and
Yeah.
you've got a busy day tomorrow. I got a busy.
Yeah. It's 10:30. I got about an hour. That'll give me an hour to shut down shop and get my lunch together for work tomorrow. I gotta be up. I get up at 5 in the morning, so it's just enough sleep. But any more than that, I'm gonna be hurting. So, but you've been a very informative guest. We're gonna have I'm gonna have to definitely have you back on. We'll talk some more.
The time, as long as we schedule ahead of time.
Absolutely. Maybe it'll be me, you, and we'll get a third person to chat with, and the three of us can just go just crazy talking about anything.
Get Nick up here. Get one of the old timers.
Yeah, Nick's.
About the same time I did also.
Yep, Nick's. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll have me, you, and Nick, or that guy. What's his name? I can never remember his name. Craig or something like that. I don't know who he is. No, I'm just kidding. I always pick on him. I always Craig who? Craig who? We'll have Craig. He's a good guy. There's so many different. There's so many interesting characters I've met on this game, man. It's great. Like
Yeah, I've made lifelong friends here.
I really have. It's funny, and I tell this story. I'll tell it again really quick. But I took a trip to Europe back in what was it, September, and I met up with a buddy who I've known in. I met him in Racing Rivals. He lives in Denmark, and I flew to. My first stop was London, and he actually flew from Denmark, from Copenhagen to London to meet me, and we hung out in London. We drank some beers at a pub and walked around, and it was really cool, like meeting somebody from the game who I've known in game only for years, and then to actually meet him out there in the real world, it was crazy. I mean,
In February, I went down. I have a place in Florida, so we go down there, my wife and I. And,
uh-huh.
Down in February, and I decided to call up the guys from the game, and I met up with Joe, which is the chosen one.
Oh, okay, yep.
And Lewis Squared 2. I don't know if you remember that name.
I don't.
But it was really great to meet these people in person. They are as wonderful as they were in the game.
It's just amazing how that is, and then it's such a shame, like you said, we talked about earlier, you can't contact them in game to chat.
That is like I said, is the most important thing they need to fix.
Yeah.
That is what kept me coming back to this game. Is every day, hey, what's up with all your buddies? Before there were teams, that's all you could do.
Yep.
And now there are teams, but everybody's now separated. It's been 4 years. Everybody's on different teams, so you can't team chat because that's the only thing that always works.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's so horrible to see somebody like, oh my god, I haven't talked to this guy in 6 months.
Yep. I've got a few friends. One of them in particular lives South America, and used to talk to this person all the time in game, but now I see him on, I try to click and send a message and nothing. So I'm like, I don't know if they think I'm ignoring them or what, but they don't have a Facebook.
I always wonder that too.
Yeah.
They think I'm ignoring or I don't want to talk to them.
Right.
I do. It's just I can't.
That's it. And it's like, well, I know they're not on Facebook, so I can't send them a personal message and tell them, hey, it's not me ignoring you. There's just no way for me to get a hold of you. I'm gonna
think about how many times you send a message, people don't respond, and you talk to them afterward. They're like, oh, I couldn't reply to you. I can't. Sometimes the message works. You can say something to them,
Yep.
but they can't reply back to you.
Yep, that's absolutely the truth.
I think to myself, how many times do my friends come on and they say something to me, and they think that I don't care and I'm not responding to them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a very, very important part of the game to keep the game going. If you want, people make friends here, lifelong friends, and they come on every day and they want to hang out with their friends for an hour, or whatever, 30 minutes, maybe every night, and you can't.
Just a quick chat, like to check in and see how things are going. How did your job interview go, or how's the situation with your kid? Did
join me? There's a hopping lobby right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you come out and race. Well, I only got 10 minutes. Let's see if I can get a couple cars.
Yep.
It's nice. It's a lot of fun.
And that's the way it is. It's I'm hoping that gets fixed pretty soon, and we'll see what happens with the lobbies, with the turf points. We'll see how that pans out. So there's a lot of things.
The third points is unimportant at this time. It's more important to get other issues fixed first, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who really gives a damn? You're still getting points. Stop worrying about it. Make the game better, then we can work on the points.
Yeah.
You know?
I
Anyway,
agree. So I think that's a great place we'll call it a night. It's a pleasure talking with you. Thanks for joining me, guys. This is Ghashi,
yeah.
one of the Well, absolutely. We'll live stream again soon. I don't know what I have planned for the next couple of days to give. There's still some one or two people watching still. No, a few more than that. But I don't know. I don't have any sneak peeks for upcoming videos because I really don't know what I'm going to do. I have some perfect launch tutorials I'll put out there. Definitely do a live stream at least a little bit later on. Maybe if hopefully Friday or so. We'll figure it out. I'll get some guests if anybody's got something interesting they'd like to talk about here right on the YouTube Live, let me know. We'll see about getting you a spot here on the show. So, anyways, guys, thanks for joining me. Ghashi, thanks for taking your time and chatting with me.
It's been a pleasure.
All right. All right.
Do it again. Have
Will
a good
do.
night.
You too. Take care. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I'm Pigpen the One and Only, and I'm out. See ya.